Now we come to the third type of commercial farming, market gardening. Market gardening is a third type of commercial farming, and this type of cultivation is developed in modern times. Now this has come up, children. Earlier we never used to have. Here the people plant the crops for the people around the vicinity. Okay, so this is like personal farms. They plant some crops and grains and fruits and flowers, and they supply it to neighboring areas. Okay, so once again, this type of cultivation is developed in modern times. In this type of farming, farmers cultivate vegetables and other items in the vicinity. Vicinity is the surrounding, okay, in the vicinity of urban centers to cater the demands of city people, city dwellers. In market gardening, the land holding is very, very small. They have small pieces of land, and in these small pieces of land, they grow particular type of crops, and those are supplied to the city dwellers in the urban areas. So people in the rural areas close by to the cities have this type of market gardening plots. They plant different fruits and flowers and vegetables, and they supply these vegetables to the close by places. Use of irrigation, organic and chemical fertilizers, low investment, then manpower, demand for market, use of science and technology, etc. are the characteristics of market gardening. Now, one more thing, children, this market gardening is also known as truck farming. Keep in mind, this could be asked for your fill in the blanks. Market gardening is also known as truck farming. Now, why do we call it truck farming, children? The quality and price of the product here is dependent on the rapid transport. If the goods are supplied faster, then they get a very good price because these goods are perishable. That is why this type of farming is called as truck farming. The vehicles should be arranged faster. The transport should be done at a quick rate. And if it is done quickly and easily, then the price that they get, price that these farmers get in market gardening is very, very good. Now we move to the other part here. Horticulture and floriculture. You all know what is horticulture. Under horticulture, you can get flowers, fruits and vegetables. And under floriculture, it is only flowers. Once again, horticulture, you should know what is horticulture. Horticulture is growing of flowers, fruits and vegetables all together. And floriculture is growing of flowers or cultivation of crops. So horticulture and floriculture are the subtypes of market gardening. Flowers and fruits are the major products of this type of farming. In this type of farming, modern as well as traditional methods are used. The size of farm is small and every plant in this farm is cared for. The farmers pay attention to each and every sapling over here. They are cared for personally since the farm is smaller. Now, major products of horticulture and horticulture are flowers. Okay, even the major products of horticulture, children, are flowers. Flowers like lily, gerbera, tulips, dahlia, chrysanthemum, marigold, etc. Because these flowers fetch very high price in the market. Now, besides the growing of flowers, children, different native and exotic fruits. Can anybody tell me what are exotic fruits? Fruits which are introduced from another country. Fruits which are actually not from our country. They are not native to our place. So exotic, they are called as exotic fruits. Keep in mind, different native. Native means the fruits which are grown in our country. And exotic fruits are the fruits from the other which are introduced by the other countries. And then we try to grow them. So they are called as exotic fruits. So these fruits like mangoes, custard apples, grapes, bananas, pomegranates, then dragon fruit. Okay, dragon fruit. I hope you all are eating dragon fruit. Very good. Cherries, oranges, raspberries, strawberries, mulberries, etc. Children are all cultivated in fruit farming. In the cities like Mahabaleshwar, Panchgani, Pune, Nagpur, Jalgaon, Nasik, etc., horticulture is practiced on a very large scale. Now, the other countries which have Mediterranean climate you all know, you all have studied. Summers in the Mediterranean region are very dry and they receive rainfall in very good. So this type, when they receive rainfall in winter, that is a Mediterranean type of climate. So in this type of climate, these horticulture and floriculture are carried out on a large scale. Those countries are France, Italy, etc. France and Italy. Now this is another tradition which has come up. That is called as agrotourism. Here it is spelled as agri-tourism because it is one and the same. Agri-tourism or agrotourism. Agrotourism is a new field in tourism in the tropics. There is a greater scope for agrotourism. City dwellers are curious about farmers' life and environment. Even we children from school, we take you for field trips. Okay, we take you for field trips in such an area where you could see paddy farming, where you could see certain medicinal plants and herbs which grow. Because we are curious about how do they grow and how do each plant look like and all. So this agrotourism is becoming quite famous now. Many of them visit rural areas to see the rural life. Many people now, people definitely love to go on the bullock carts and all. They enjoy these tractor rides. So many people are attracted towards the villages for this sake. Many of them visit rural areas to see the rural life. So agrotourism is financially beneficial for the farmers and his village because they pay a lot of money to the farmers. When the foreigners usually visit these places, these rural areas, lot of money is collected from them. Now look at this. Say no to artificial ripening. Why do we have to say no to the artificial ripening? Because artificial ripe products are not very, very good. Sometimes in order to get the produce earlier, artificial chemicals, pesticides are used on a large scale. Now these help the crops to grow faster. We get quicker production and the produce appears to be very, very fresh and attractive. But children, if you really go to see, such products are very, very harmful for health because they are injected by some chemicals which make them nice and fresh, but they are not really good. On the other hand, children, naturally ripe products are really very good for health. So always, now look at the bananas over there. We do not have to eat bananas which are nice and they look so good. Look at the yellow ones. They look so good, spotless, but we are not supposed to eat them. Instead, we have to eat these bananas with smaller black dots on the skin. These black spots indicates that they are ripe naturally. Okay, now we move ahead. This is the last thing that we'll be learning. We do not have much time, but this is a little larger slide. Marketing system. Now, what is this marketing system? Marketing system are necessary for marketing the goods produced by the farmers available to the consumers at a fair price and in time. The importance of marketing system, children, in our country can be explained with the help of the following points. Now, the first point, scattered nature of agriculture. I'll explain to you in short. Now, scattered nature of agriculture. Now, keep in mind, agriculture in India is scattered over vast areas. Therefore, for collecting agricultural produce from different places and its sale, the market systems are essential. So that is why these market systems are essential in India, because The first point says that the agricultural nature in our India is scattered. They are spread all around. Now the second one is lack of organization of the farmers. Do you think the farmers in India are all organized? No. They are not organized. They lack this organization skill. That is why this market system helps them to get a fair price. Okay. That is why this is very important. Market system is very important. Now the third was weak economic condition of the farmers. Children, most of the farmers in India are economically weak. In such cases, this market systems helps them. There are small committees formed at the taluka level. Okay. And at these places, farmers bring their produce and then sell their produce to the traders. Traders go and they collect it from these small markets which are made available to them at the taluka level. The fourth one is perishable produce. Farm produce is perishable, you all know. Therefore, there has to be proper arrangements for the sale of these products. In such case, children, the market system proves very, very helpful. Now, the fifth one, produce used as raw materials in industries. Some of the farm produce is directly used by industries, children. Example, sugar industry, paper industry, textile industry. Okay, these are taken straight away from the farmers. The products are taken straight away directly from the farmers as raw materials. But in such cases, marketing system proves very, very harmful, which helps the farmers to get a proper price of their crops. Sixth one is availability of international market due to globalization. International markets are now easily available for farm produce due to globalization. Nowadays, children, many progressive farmers use modern technology in their farms and sell their produce with proper packaging to make them look attractive. So marketing system here becomes very, very helpful for the farmers. Like transporting of Alfonso mangoes. Alfonso mangoes are in great demand all over the world. Like international markets, they are in great demand. And the last is great demand for hotel industry and malls. Hotel industry and malls, children, require agricultural produce on a large scale. So these farmers are now advertising with their products. With the help of the internet, they are advertising. And that is why the marketing system has become important in the field of this farming. Now do you know this is a paragraph from your chapter? This paragraph tells you that Israel, even the climatic conditions are not so favorable. But still this Israel has really become modernized in the field of agriculture. Okay. Though the country is occupied by hot desert region, still the products of these Israel are really very, very good. The country is really very advanced in the field of agricultural technology. Okay, so I had just put the slide. And last comes your exercise. I won't take more than 2 minutes. Select the proper option for the following statements. In which of the following type of farming are crops rotated? Where are the crops rotated? Crops are rotated in intensive. So first, A, you have to do it, children, in your notebooks. Second, agriculture requires the following. Agriculture requires what? Use of animals, implements, machines, and manpower. So B1 is correct. The third one, in India, agriculture has developed because in India, factors like climate, soils, water, etc. are conducive. And the last one, it is necessary that modern methods of technology be used in agriculture in India because population is growing and there are agro-based industries.